their adaptation, their character choices, their stage selections as well. We've seen a lot of good counter picking in stages. We've also seen some bad ones, but hey, they've worked out as well. And on to this match, we're gonna be seeing Jiggypoo against XG's very own Knight.
So it's
a
a
Pokemon battle.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon battle. So let's talk a little bit about each. You get Knight, because I believe he's in the same group.
Right.
I'll talk a little bit about Jiggypoo, because Jiggypoo was the surprise player from last year's first attack.
Oh, for sure.
He got into top 16. He got a lot of offsets during that run into top 16. And I wouldn't be surprised him going very far in this next wave of pools, possibly even getting into that top 16. However, he has a very strong opponent for the first match, and that's going to be XG Knight.
Yeah, I was amazed because Jiggypoo was able to maintain that run he had in first attack into a very successful season this year. He's had a lot of good placings, and people are starting to see him as a scary player. You know, people go, oh, okay, I have to play against Jiggypoo, and they start getting nervous because they know how good he is. That being said, Knight, despite playing a character that is not necessarily as top tier as some of the others, like Charizard, is a really good player, very neutral heavy. Charizard is amazing at controlling space and neutral, has one of the longest jabs in the game. It's a 3-frame jab, so his quote-unquote boxing game is really good, and he is falling to an early deficit here, but I wouldn't put a nice comeback past him because Charizard also has very nice survivability and kill potential.
Oh, great usage of the up B, the invulnerability, but you know, the down air is going to secure. Like, that down air is a move that we should be seeing a lot here from Pikachu.
Yeah, a lot of active frames. That's why it's so good at covering those neutral get-ups, because it just stays there for a long time as Pikachu spins.
Not only that, there's a specific percent range, like the mid percent, let's say 60% or so, that if you get that move, like a rising down air like that, it forces the opponent to land onto the stage, and you can jab block from there and get early kills if you have rage, or otherwise a lot of percentage on your opponent. As you were saying before, you can't count Sharpie out. He's a heavy character, right? But it's also right. Yeah.
I mean, Sharpie is also an amazing Charizard from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, there we go.
We're kind of sad not to have him here this year, but I guess Knight is our pseudo Sharpie this time around, seeing as he's going to be the Charizard representative.
Yeah, of course. And there we saw exactly what I was talking about, the down air into that jab block setup.
Not killing though, because not enough rage. Charizard is very heavy, but still it does absurd amounts of percentage.
So Charizard should be. Oh, that was a risky. What?
Oh, messed up.
Okay, but okay. I said okay. He has another chance here.
Yeah, a bit of a screw up from both players. Very nice bot dodge. Knew that was what Charizard wanted.
Wait. Excellent weight. Like Jiggypoo, we were talking about, he's a very, very strong player. Very young too. Like, he came in, pretty much nobody knew who he was.
We've seen him grow up with the scene, and that's something I never get tired about talking about with my XG crewmates. Because he always goes to our bi-weeklies and then into our monthlies, so he's always supporting like our events. And we've basically seen him grow up through these 4 years that we've had Smash 4 with.
But here we have a counterpick from Knight, and this is exactly what I was expecting. While Pikachu has a lot of movement that he can do with his up B, Charizard on Final Destination was at a disadvantage against Pikachu.
Yeah.
Pikachu can just keep you out with those Thunder Jolts, and he can also apply a lot of pressure after he's in. That's the nature of Pikachu in a sense. And as we saw there, the up B cancel on the top platform to keep that pressure, the movement going, I should say. Talk to me about, though, how Charizard can use those platforms to his advantage on this stage against Pikachu.
Well, you know, I mentioned last game that Charizard is amazing at controlling the space around him with the long normals and the safe normals as well, his 3-frame jab and whatnot. But in Battlefield, he is amazing at keeping you on top of a platform. His up smash is really fast, it's like 5 frames, and his up tilt is really fast, safe, and has invulnerability on the wings as well. So as long as you're on top of that platform, Charizard can keep sharking you endlessly. And not to mention, if you get up thrown on those platforms against Charizard, you're gonna be dying really early.
Yeah, that was something we didn't talk about a lot in that game. The throws from Charizard. Or the throws in general, because we saw Pikachu's throw it can set up into that down B, the Thunder move, and as Jiggypoo used, the read on the air dodge. But in this case, Charizard throw, still alive.
Ooh, still alive.
Charizard's throw, the up throw, is a very strong move. Whoa, okay.
Very nice fair. Jiggypoo happened to drop shield right as Charizard did it. And I think he DI'd a little wrong as well and got sent right into the blast zone.
He was probably moving that way, so after he dropped shield, he could move further left.
There we saw Charizard's armor on his up B. It's a very special case because you don't usually see armor on aerial attacks. But Charizard's up B is one of the few moves that does have armor, even if it's used in the air.
And it has invulnerability.
Yeah.
It's a little bit slower than Mart's. Obviously, Mart's Dolphin Slash in the air, frame 1, you have a vulnerability.
Yeah.
But it's still a great move. Even out of shield, it can kill early. Like, for example, right now, if he uses it out of shield, he can kill. So, Jiggypoo needs to... This is why Jiggypoo has been playing a little bit away from the shield before committing. He's trying to say, like, hey, I'm not gonna come in, I'm gonna bait you into coming into me.
I don't want to get hit by your strong get off me option, so I'm gonna try to bait you to use it and then punish you for it.
But then, as we saw earlier, oh, psych, I'm still gonna come into you whenever you don't expect it.
Oh yikes, you gotta mash out there. That was one pummel too many. If Knight had been mashing properly, he would have gotten out of that grab a lot earlier.
That is true, and that's actually a very interesting observation. Some of the new players don't really mash from... Knight's not a new player, but a lot of the new players, an issue that I've seen is they don't know they can mash out of grabs. And they keep racking up a lot of more percent than they should. And in this case, you can't expect your opponent to throw you instantly, right? They might mash, they might not mash. I mean, pummel. So you need to mash either way.
Especially when neither of you are sure if you're within the throw's kill percentage, which was what Jiggypoo was going for with the up throw, because Pikachu's up throw does kill. Then that's when you have to mash the hardest, because you know that they're pummeling to try to get to that key percentage that they need. Not gonna do it quite yet.
Yeah, not enough rage, but Jiggypoo, it's an amazing space. Like with Pikachu. Like, he's been able to maintain the distance, so those grabs, I mean, we've seen 2 now, but they haven't been easy throughout the set. He hasn't been getting those too much.
As you see, Charizard's Flamethrower is insanely good at covering ledge options. Pikachu, if Pikachu tries to...
enough time to get it.
Pikachu's F Smash has really low lag, as you just saw.
The thing is, also the spacing here. Like, if Charizard would have been a little bit closer and power shielded, he would have gotten the punish.
Yeah.
But I think he's still power shielded, but he was at the complete end, so he didn't have enough time.
We were talking about Charizard's Flamethrower. It's one of the best ledge covering options in the game by far. It's one of his greatest strengths. You position yourself at a distance where they can't roll, they can't normal get up, and they can't do a move while getting off the ledge. Because in all those situations, the Flamethrower is going to clip them and put them in a worse position than they already were. In many situations in the last match, Jiggypoo was trying to up B out of the ledge, because it's usually a really good option for Pikachu. He can up B to the platform and then cancel his lag, or that kind of thing. But Knight caught it with Flamethrower every single time. That's what helped him maintain that lead.
Yeah, and now we're going to be seeing Smashville. Pretty much a standard choice, as we were saying over and over again before. Jiggypoo is going to be maintaining that neutral game. It's not immaculate, but it's been an amazing. Like, Pikachu being a short body character and not having so much range on his moves, it's very easy to do that. Punish him after he takes a commitment. But he's been able to fade back correctly, know when he shouldn't commit to a move, and that's how he's been able to maintain that damage coming into Knight.
So, what about this Smashville pick? How does it help Jiggypoo overcome last game?
it's interesting because I would say there's not a lot of actual advantage, I would say, or disadvantage, because again, it's in Smashville, right? The ceiling is lower, so those throws can still kill you pretty easily.
Yeah, it's definitely lower than Battlefield.
The platform. Oh, maybe he can be using it for the down airs, the down air setups for the jab blocks, maybe.
Jab blocks would kill earlier because the sides
are shorter. That's possibly it, or it could be a comfort thing. Because I think both characters do rather well here.
Okay.
It's not something that benefits one over the other too much.
Those jabs, as I say, they are really good at just keeping characters out and punishing things that don't have as much lag as other moves.
A dash attack barely missing and making it possibly deadly for Pikachu. But I'm also trying to see the platform, how it allows Pikachu to, both characters to land safely there if it's on the sides, but...
That was a really good hard read with the up smash, because last time Jiggypoo was in that situation, he did that very same thing. Unfortunately, it just wasn't able to get the punish, but Knight was very aware of it. And once again, we see those active frames making quick work of the normal get-ups.
So, a little bit into terminology. Okay! Not
Aerial
really.
armor.
Yeah, I mean, he saw the situation and he went for it. It's such a great move, like we were saying. It can kill very early depending on your percentage. And by your percentage, I mean Charizard. Charizard with Rage is a very deadly character because, an auto shield up B is just going to be spell disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to the jabs, as you were saying earlier, that's
definitely going to be it. Oh, not quite. Wow. I really thought that would secure the kill on the platform.
But jabs are... Oh, man!
Doesn't get hit by the strong part, unfortunately, for Knight.
That's the percent. Okay. I was about to say, if he doesn't die from that,
yeah,
he has the godlike DI.
I'd be really surprised. Oh no! The misinput there, that is a heartbreaker.
Yeah. That happens. Happens to the best
I hate
of
to
us.
see it happen. I think that was still winner's side though.
Yeah, this is
the
new
yeah, this is the new
wave.
pool.